Okay, so recently my friend Courier asked me what cheap ass game I wanted. For the meme, I told him Super 3D Noah's Ark, and he bought it for me. Unbeknownst to me at the time, this decision was about to eat up a good few days and a possible few weeks to months of the foreseeable future. So allow me to introduce to you the source of my insanity. It all started with a simple question. What the hell is Super 3D Noah's Ark? Super 3D Noah's Ark, which I'm going to call Super Noah's Ark for the rest of the video because that 3D makes it a mouthful, is a Christian game originally made for the SNES in 1994 by Wisdom Tree. By made, I mean they copy and pasted Wolfenstein 3D and changed the textures around. It was then ported to DOS in 1995. Its legacy could have died here, but the absolute G's over at Wisdom Tree licensed the game to Pico Interactive, who re-released the DOS version on Steam back in 2015. Interestingly, they also remade the SNES cartridges back in 2013. They also tried to completely remake the game on the Sega Genesis and the Dreamcast, along with re-releasing most of Wisdom Tree's NES catalog via Kickstarter back in 2017, but that Kickstarter didn't make it very far. Mostly because I don't think that many people cared. Now, out of curiosity, I wanted to see the SNES version, because if Doom on the SNES ran like this pile of garbage, then this must be a doozy. Now, I got this working on an SNES emulator, and honestly, it worked way better than I was ready for. Still ran like a bank security camera, but looked great for what it was. While doing this, I realized something interesting about the game. Right at the boot up screen for the SNES version, it says, "This product is designed and produced by Wisdom Tree Inc. It is not designed, manufactured, sponsored, or endorsed by Nintendo," which I find absolutely insane. Nintendo are the kind of people that if you breathe on their product wrong, you're gonna be put on a cross for copyright. So it turns out Wisdom Tree had a history of making bootleg Nintendo games for the NES. So for their next release, the SNES, every cartridge came with a chip that detects if the cartridge is an official Nintendo product. So you wanna know how these chads over at Wisdom Tree got around that issue? They used a method called pass-through, otherwise known as they just stuck another cartridge on top of it. If there wasn't a game on top of it that wasn't licensed by Nintendo, then the game wouldn't work. This was the only game in the entirety of the SNES catalog that was able to find a workaround to Nintendo's chip. And honestly, I think they only did it out of spite. This led to a lot of confusion after the fact while researching this because when Pico Interactive started remaking the cartridges back in 2013, they used the normal SNES cartridge design. So the original 1994 release of the game looked like a clusterfuck of computer engineering, while the 2013 re-release looked like a normal SNES game. They are the same game on the software end, so the only people that really should care about this discrepancy are collectors and people that make web videos documenting the history of crap no one cared to document. Now, back in the day, there was a rumor going around that id Software was mad at Nintendo for butchering Wolfenstein 3D on the SNES, so they gave the source code to Wisdom Tree for them to make Super Noah's Ark behind Nintendo's back. id Software later on have stated, however, that they had no problems with Nintendo and Wisdom Tree actually came to them with an offer to make the game using Wolfenstein as a base. I don't know why their first thought for a Christian game was a Nazi killing simulator, but I guess I simply can't comprehend what God was telling these people. So yeah, that was my week. This was going to be way longer, but the second half was going to be more about reverse engineering the game development of Doom and Wolfenstein. I was going to make that the main topic of this video, but honestly, this game sidetracked me so hard that I just made this the whole topic. The next video is probably going to be my adventure to learn how to use the OG Doom map maker. For now though, I hope y'all enjoyed this little internet archaeology escapade I got myself into, and y'all have a fantastic day.